Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mackie and welcome to this week's fun little reading vlog that's smaller than my normal content. But in this, I have 10 books I'm in the middle of and we're gonna try to get through all of them because honestly, being in the middle of 10 books is kind of hectic and chaotic and I'd rather just be done with all of them than start new books constantly. So let's just get into it. Now to preface, before I get into the vlog, I believe this video was filmed back in March, April time. This was before I went on my little vacation and then after that, my first trip of the year. And so it's very over the place in the sense that I was filming before I left, I filmed after I came back, and then because I filmed another couple of vlogs with similar books in them, I have lost some of the footage for this video, but I still wanted to have the video to come out because I put lots of work into it. I read 10 books for it and there are many clips of me speaking anyway, so I think it should be fine. But let's just backtrack a little bit so you understand context before we get into it. I'm now gonna try to cover up all the clips that are missing or deleted accidentally for the video. So let's just talk about what my game plan was for the video. I had 10 books. I was trying to audiobook my way or Kindle read my way through them because in my opinion I read those the fastest. So that's what I was basically doing. I had a couple of arcs. I had literally every genre in my radar to be possible to be read, and that was how I was getting through them. Now to begin with, before anything, there are some books that I have lost my complete reviews on, my footage on. So I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna come in here and review it another time because keep in mind it's currently December as I'm recording this. That was back in I'd say March, April, and so it's been over half a year that I've read these, and there are some where I literally just do not remember anything because it wasn't memorable enough for me, and those wouldn't be the kind of books I'd go out of my way to recommend anyway. And if it was a book I really loved or enjoyed, I'm starting Bookmas this week. That's kind of crazy, and so there's going to be a specific video in Bookmas wherein I'm showing you all the books I loved and would recommend this year, and you can obviously go watch that if you want to see if any of the books made it from this video, which a couple did surprisingly, so you can go check that out. So basically you won't be missing out in anything. If I really loved a book, if I enjoyed it, it's going to obviously come up on my channel, and I'd rather not spend all the time, all these months later, trying to talk bad about a book I didn't even enjoy that I probably have forgotten at this point. So anyway, we're getting the most out of the video, and I think that's fine. I started off this video, I was actually trying to crochet bunnies for my dad's doctor, and so during that I was actually listening to a couple of audiobooks. I was listening to In 5 Years and I was listening to The Chemistry of Love. My ratings for both of them are up on screen. I did not like this one. I absolutely loved this one. This is probably one of the best romances with no spice that I have read basically in my entire life, because the tension, the banter, it's everything. It's amazing, and it's you should go read it if you have to. I think I gave it 4.5 stars, and if I reread, it's obviously going to be a 5-star. I already know it because I've been thinking so hard about them almost daily. Now getting into the next book, I actually started this book on screen right here, What Happened to the Bennetts, right before I left for vacation. I remember I was packing my suitcase and I was listening to this, and then when I came back I was unpacking my suitcase and listening to this. So let's now jump back in time a little bit and pick up the video from where I have my clips of me speaking of the book. It's basically a thriller wherein family is asked at gunpoint to leave their car, their daughter is killed, and now they're trying to understand what went down behind it because the FBI showed up at their doorstep and told them that they need to enter the witness program. So crazy stuff is happening, but it wasn't that much of a great book. So whatever, I'm just gonna let my past self do all the talking, and I'll see you guys hopefully in a few minutes. Look at her. She's looking at you. Isn't she adorable? You can't go up from here. She is perfect. And the other angel has gone to sleep. They're so adorable. They're little fairies. They're not birds, they're fairies. And they're perfect. Hi guys, so it's the next evening, as you can probably tell. I keep saying that since I last updated, and I ended up finishing What Happened to the Bennetts, I think. Yeah, that's what it's called. The way I'm blanking, because I have thoughts on the book, alright? I finished my last 50 pages that I said I was struggling with. I'm honestly just grateful to be done. That's all I'm gonna say. And yeah, let's get into my thoughts, I guess. The book, it felt too long. It was nearly 400 pages. I would really like to say it could be cut short 200 pages, because almost up to our 50% mark, we're basically just talking about grief and how the family, they lost their daughter, so they are grieving, they're mourning over her, which is not bad, alright, but 50%, the way it was dragged out. I don't want to be mean. This sounds really mean, but I genuinely did not give a shit. And the way that it was dragged on and on, like, yeah, the points they made sense, but they were repetitive, and I'm not dumb. I can grasp it in one go, I believe. So I felt like a huge waste of time. But then the second half, it improved, it picked up, something happened. Suddenly it was action, games. It was like that thriller movie you love. It just went crazy, alright? It was reminding me of I Will Find You by Harlan Coben, which was, I think, one of my favorite thriller books I read last year. So the fact that it gave me those vibes was amazing. But also the fact that it gave me those vibes after 200 pages of reading and hating it, not fun. So I think I'm gonna end off on giving it like a 2.5 stars. And again, I don't mean to sound rude, because you know, that's just the way it is. That's what I'm gonna say, because I did enjoy the second half, but then because I left like the last 50 pages to be listened to and finished later, now that I went back to it, the ending wasn't as shocking or crazy to me as the events leading up to it from the 50% mark. I'm not even just make the executive decision to forget the first 50% of the book, and you and me together, we're just going to pretend like it never happened. Because if we talk about that, I'm just going to be wasting my time, my breath, your energy, your time. Yeah, I'm going to be basically just talking about the second half. And like I said, I didn't hate it. It's just the ending, it felt a little flat for me. It was too basic, but also it was realistic in the sense that the book we were reading about, it wasn't realistic, the book, but the ending, it felt realistic and nice. It was sad, I will give you that, but also I didn't care at that point. I was just happy to be done. It was bad, but also it was entertaining. That's the only reason I kept going. And it wasn't like terrible, but also I wanted to be done. So that's the way we finished What Happened to the Bennetts, which is the third book we finished in today's video. And now I am finally here to give you the game plan I said I would. Currently, I think I'm still in the middle of reading like 7 books, which is not okay. I think it might be 7. And so to tackle that, I actually want to get to my E-arc of the book Bride and Groom, which is like a thriller. It was sent to me. It already came out because I was just not able to get to it. I read like 100 pages. It was slow for me. I don't mean to be mean again, because I'm very grateful and I'm very happy to have it sent to me. Thank you, Book Couture. It comes out on April 5th, and that already happened a couple days back, so that's that for you. I have been reading it, I have been trying to get through it, and it's basically about this like married couple. Or right before they get married, they actually have this like hit and run accident, and they're the people who hit and ran away. So they think they know the victim, and these things are coming to light, and they decide that they're gonna just, you know, hide the fact that they were involved in the hit and run, that they were the ones who actually did it, because they were like drunk driving, and you know, they could get in jail, and their marriage, which would be in like 3 days, would be wasted, and basically they'd be throwing their lives away. So even though that's morally wrong what they did, they decided to run away like they did. And yeah, they're living their life, they're living with the guilt of it. One of them is at least the wife. The husband is just like really sus. He's shiny new material, but he's giving sus to me. This review does not make sense. It's very chaotic. She actually had a panic attack because she was the one driving and she thinks she hit him, but then she's getting all these memories back that make her believe otherwise, that she wasn't the one who actually hit him, and something went down, something happened. It's all in the summary of the book. I'm not ruining it. And then you have all your guesses pointed towards the husband, because he's just like really weird. I'm telling you, even the summary is calling him out as being weird. So that's that. There are secrets. There's a lot of stuff going on, basically. And I've reached like the 45-46% mark, so I'm almost halfway through it, and that has happened with me reading this book for over a month now, so that's a long time. And hey, no judgment, I don't really want to be putting the book down. It's like sent to me, it's an arc. That's one of the only reasons I didn't DNF it, because I told myself this year I'll let myself DNF whatever, but like also it was very kindly sent to me, and I don't really want to, you know, disregard that. I feel mean doing it. So I'm going to keep reading it. Hopefully we'll get through it soon. That's what I'm doing on Kindle. Physically, I'm getting through My Roommate is a Vampire. I was reading it in the Taylor Swift video. No idea when that comes out. Can you tell my life is a mess right now? It probably is. But I did end up going and watching Taylor's movie, crying my heart out, screaming my lungs out, lost my voice. That's why I wasn't recording whole of last week. Recording resumes now though, so that is fun. But basically I'm reading this physically. I have made it a decent chunk of the way through, like that, and I have this much left. So we shall see how much I get done. I need to finish these two, like they're high up on my radar, even though we're basically just finishing everything in the video. So we will get to that. But then after finishing what happened to the Bennetts last night, I decided I don't really want any of these, neither of these two. So I ended up picking one of the other books I was in the middle of reading. I saw it and I think Destiny said it was a book haul video. She bought it and it was very interesting to me. It's How I'll Kill You. It's basically about three twin sisters, triplets who they kind of go about killing their like boyfriends and lovers or whatever. They string them along and kill them. There's three of them, and our main character Sissy, she never really uses her real name. She's Jade Johnson for the the thing that's going on, but that's fake. But basically Sissy, she's the sister who does the cleanup of the mess. The other two are the ones who actually kill, and this is her first time she's gonna actually go out and kill someone. So she's stringing along this guy, but along the way she's falling for him, but also she doesn't want to betray her sisters because they were like separated at birth or something. They went into different foster homes and they are like the only forever family she feels she's got. So she wants to kill him, but at the same time she's just like conflicted because she doesn't want to kill him. She likes him. So that's the book, and so far I'm like almost 100 pages through it. I'm actually really enjoying it. It's fast paced, it's getting through, so maybe I might just pick that up. But for now I don't want to overload you with information, so I'm going to work on finishing these three. And then I'll come back to you with more updates if I have any, and then we can pick up the rest of the books I'm in the middle of reading, because there are too many and I want to finish them this week. Bye. Hi guys, so it's been a bit since I updated, but then to be fair, I haven't done too much reading since I last updated. I mean I have, but then I felt sick after and I haven't done much after that. I'm fine now. I'm ready to get back to this video, get back to finishing all the books I'm in the middle of, even though it intimidates me. So let's just do it. To summarize, it is currently the week Taylor Swift's new album comes out. I'm so scared. I don't know how that's possible, how the time has flown by, but it has, and it's coming out this week. I am really nervous. I'm excited, but I'm scared, and I'm definitely anticipating it. For the books, I did end up finishing How I'll Kill You. I will say it was pretty good. I am actually really happy I took the recommendation out of Destiny's video, even though I don't think she read it, but I took it anyway and I wasn't disappointed. It was very interesting, the concept. Three sisters who are triplets. They kill any boyfriend or lover they get together with and they find it funny or something. Not really. When you read the whole thing, you'll understand. The concept of the book, they kill them and they move on and they basically just do that. And they're trying to get away with it, except until the main character, Sissy, she falls in love with the guy she's supposed to kill. So she's the one who cleans up the murders. This is her first kill and she's already screwing it up, but she doesn't want to get on the bad side of her sisters because they're like her only family in the world. So it's complicated. That's the book. It was pretty interesting. Yeah, the concept, the premise, I really enjoyed it. I am concerned as to where the author gets all her tips of how you, I don't know, do what you do with the body after you're done with the actual killing, because it was very detailed in the sense that, oh, you do this and you clean up with that. And I mean, if you want a book like that, this is your book. I don't know where she got these tips from. I don't even think I want to know, but it's very interesting. I didn't love it in the sense it was just entertaining and it was a good concept and I loved going along with it. It definitely helped when I was looking forward to like reading it every single day, because it's helping out of my slump, but also I'm back in my slump again, the reading slump. So that's unfortunate. I finished this, I believe, last week, before which I actually went to dinner with my cousins. They are also readers. Everyone's just a book girly at this point, and we had such bookish conversations that I am motivated definitely to continue reading. And so I finished that book, fell sick, and now I'm back here again to keep reading, keep finishing some books. Now I have been bouncing back between every single book I'm in the middle of, which is not a good idea. So I'm reading 2 chapters of one, 2 of another, and that way we're never going to finish anything at this point. I am here to actually sit and do something today, so we shall see what we do. But before I forget, every single time I come on here, I forget to tell you guys that while I'm doing this, if there's any audiobook I'm listening to of the books I'm in the middle of, I'm actually crocheting or knitting. So I finished those bunnies I said I was going to be doing for the doctor. Here's how they turned out like. The lighting is so bad, you're just going to have to ignore it. That's what it looks like. I'm going to go wrap this up with some more audiobook of something. I don't really know yet what. I also made these strawberries, like the ones on my window. don't know if you can tell, I'm obsessed with strawberries right now. So there's 2 more strawberries for this. And before you're like, hey, she listened to like 10 million audiobooks and she did only those things, it takes time. But I also worked on this. It's supposed to be like a little pouch kind of thing for my grandma. Having a good time going along with it. This is going to be like a charm in the middle. I'm not done yet. So I think right now I want to go work on that, finish it off. And I want to listen to one of the books I'm in the middle of. So I have been bouncing forth between the audiobook of the third borrower's book while doing school errands and like a different book. I think it's called How to Hate Your Neighbor, something like that. I'll put it up on screen. I'm not too far in, maybe like only 50-ish pages, and I'm having a good time. So I think what I want to do is either pick that one up and continue with this, or pick the third borrower's book and continue with my schoolwork. So we shall see what I end up doing. I'll tell you when I do it. But that's for updates. I should probably go do it now. I don't know. But also with the Kindle, I have been trying to read every single night. It's becoming such a habit now. I can't go to bed without reading. And I am making quite some decent headway onto the Kindle books I'm reading, both the arcs. That's fun. I will give you updates hopefully when we get to those. But for now, I'm listening to my audiobook and I'm crocheting my stuff. So either I do that or the other thing. I don't know. We shall see. But I'll update hopefully in a bit. I also want to go wrap those bunnies up. So I'm probably going to go do that with the audiobook. And yeah, that's all. I'll see you guys in a bit. Hopefully this bit, it won't be like another 2 weeks. We shall see. But hopefully, I can hope. Quick update, but I kind of worked a little more on the pouch, I guess, and I don't like the way it's turning out. I really think this looks a little ugly. So I'm ripping the entire thing out, but that's what I've been doing with my evening. And I did finish wrapping the gift though. So that's progress, I guess. I don't know. Guys, it's now the next day. I'm not updating 2 months later. It is literally the next day. It has been a bit, yeah. It's been 24 hours. And I did end up listening to How to Love Your Neighbor by Sophie Sullivan. It was pretty good. I didn't finish it yet. I'm still going through it. Haven't really done much either. I just wrapped that present up, crocheted some of the wallet, then ripped it out, showed it to you. Went back over it, but I haven't really finished it. But the thing is, I do have some free time right now, and it looks like we might have a thunderstorm coming in. That's what we just got the update for. Don't know how long it's gonna last. Don't know what's gonna go on. My Kindle isn't fully charged, but that's fine. And honestly, I'm really just in the mood to pick this up and read something on it. So I think I just want to pick Bride and Groom back up, which I think I was reading earlier in the video, but I'm not too sure. Don't know if I gave like a synopsis of the story either, but basically it's about this couple. They are involved in a hit and run accident, and they're the ones who hit the guy and ran away. And they're trying to basically avoid the police, avoid investigation, whatever. But as it turns out, there are secrets within themselves, and these secrets just start coming out, alright? As to the person who they hit and ran as well, it turns out maybe it was intentional, so I'm gonna give you that. But so far it just feels like nothing has happened. I'm literally on the epilogue and I hate it. Listen, I'm just reading it and trying to finish it because I got the arc, and I've been trying to read this for 2 months now, so I just want to mark it as read on my Goodreads, honestly. I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I'm gonna go finish this now. That's what the plan is, at least for now, while the storm is in. Might do some schoolwork later and listen to the borrowers, but I know I'm definitely finishing this one tonight. So I'm probably gonna go do that. It isn't looking up for me unless something like crazy, magnificent, blows it out of the park happens. It's probably just gonna be like a 2-star, maybe. Look, I would love to rate it like a 1, but also I got the arc for it. And in general, I don't really give books anything under 2 because the authors did work hard for writing it, producing the story, and I myself could never do something like this, so we shall see. But so far it's looking up to be a 2 because that's the lowest on my scale. And listen, I hated every second of it. Nothing really happens. Take with that what you will. Take it with a grain of salt. If you want to read it, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it like ever. I'm just ready to be done and forget it and move on. So I'm gonna go do that. We will listen to the borrowers maybe later when I have schoolwork. The borrower is the third one. And I'll update once I'm done, when I've made any progress with any of these books, if I've finished, and I'll give you my final thoughts and ratings. I'll see you guys. Thunderstorm is coming in. Don't know what happens. If there's a power cut, maybe I won't see you. But just know I'm going to be reading now, so that's what's happening. Hi guys, so it's been a couple of days since I last updated. That's better than my updating sporadically once in like every 2 months. But it's been 2 days since I updated, and I believe the last time I came was when it was about to thunderstorm. We were getting alerts in. so I could read. But what happened actually was that it didn't thunderstorm that day. It's been happening all day today. So even though my room lights are switched on, I don't know if you can exactly tell, but it's very gloomy outside, perfect reading weather, and I've just gotten free in the whole day, so that's what I'm going to be doing right now. But over the past couple of days, I just wanted to come in and say I finished The Borrowers, the third book I was listening to, and I finished Bride and Groom on my Kindle, the Arc, and I have some thoughts. So for Bride and Groom, this book, I think I want to settle on like a 2-star rating, something like that potentially, because the book wasn't for me, unfortunately. I think it was very character driven, and personally I didn't really connect with the characters to care too much about how they're living their lives or what they're doing and how they're trying to do stuff, alright? And then the plot of the story, it felt like build up was there, but we never actually got what you did after build up. The climax never actually happened. It was just building up the entire time, and that let me down a bit. The plot, it felt like we weren't focusing on the main plot. It was just like a side quest kind of thing, the entire thing, unfortunately. So that didn't work out for me either. And the writing, it felt very, how do I explain it? Like I enjoyed it. It was easy to read, but at the same time, it felt like it was basically telling you what's going on. It's not showing you, I guess. It's not giving you examples or like actually showing that this happened. Though there are a couple of instances where it did show. It was mostly just tell, like describe this, describe that, and I got bored. Fortunately, that kind of writing style isn't for me. And yeah, I've given a few points I think in the past as well, how the book just wasn't for me, unfortunately. So I was reading it for 2 months straight. I finally finished it like day before yesterday, and I'm so proud of myself because the feeling I got when I marked it as read on Goodreads, I would be materialistic in the sense that I like doing that on Goodreads. I would be vain, but I felt so good. I don't feel that great when I do it for other books. The feeling I got when I did it for this one, incredible. And then the third Borrowers book, I was listening to it while finishing school errands, which are still not complete, so we have those to look forward to for like a different audiobook. But for that, it basically just follows like a bunch of small tiny people who they are kind of like borrowing, I guess, from humans. So like if you have like a needle pin that went missing, they're probably using it as like a walking stick to like climb up a curtain or something like that. And maybe like a little bit of your cheese went missing, and that's their dinner for 3 days, something. So they're like tiny people and they borrow things from you. So when your like hair tie goes missing, they've probably taken it for their house, and they just do these little things trying to survive. But it's a series, and I'm basically explaining the first book out to you because if I talk about the third one, unfortunately I think I might spoil it. So I don't want to do that. I want you to go read it because I'm really loving it. I love the cozy vibes it's giving. It's giving very fall, but also I don't know why I really like the vibe the third one gave. It gave me very summer, spring, which we are in right now. So that was fun, and yeah, I enjoyed it. It was basically, it felt like an extended epilogue to the second book though. Much didn't happen, but at the same time like a lot happened. I don't know how to explain, I'm trying to. But the point is, that's how I felt about it. So I've ended up giving that a 3-star rating, which is not bad. I'm loving the series. It's so far like a 4-star series for me. It's very cozy, low stakes fantasy, but at the same time it's high stakes for the borrowers because they don't want to get caught by a human. And there are all these things they're trying to do to survive, and they need food and just stuff like that, okay? And yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving the series so far. I'm really excited to get to the 4th book and then the 5th book finally and finish it. But also I do want to finish it because I just love going back to that world sometimes, picking it right up, getting a little introduction at the beginning of the book to what was happening and then to what happens next, because I really appreciate that. Since I read it between like a huge gap of months, I don't really know or remember specific events, and that is really, it's a good refresher. So for all these reasons, yeah, it's like a 3-star, nothing crazy. But I enjoyed it. It was like a good palate cleanser. And I definitely think if something crazier happens in the 4th book or the 5th book, it has potential to becoming one of my favorite series like ever, because it's just so nice and sweet. It's like a childhood, I guess, children's book, but also it's like really fun. And I love reading stuff like that. So that was a 3-star for me. And Bride and Groom, I'm just happy to be done with it at this point. That was 2 stars, but I am very grateful to have received the Arc Book Couture. Thank you so much once again. Even though I didn't finish it on time, but it's out now in case you guys do want to consider getting it. And that's it for the books I was currently in the middle of reading. I still am in the middle of a couple, so we will get to those. But I have a different arc I was actually reading on my Kindle besides Bride and Groom. I was like swapping between the two, and this one is another thriller. It's called The Red Room. This is also an arc gifted to me. It's given by Books Go Social, so thanks for that. Again, it's already out. I just can't read arcs on time, so maybe I just shouldn't be getting them. But I'm not jinxing myself. If you want to send me an arc, send it. Netflix just send it. I will read it at some point. And because I was swapping between the two, this one was going so much faster than Bride and Groom that I read pretty much like a huge chunk of it. I'm like, I think halfway through it, a little over halfway, so that's fun. And I'm really enjoying myself. I'm in the middle of that on Kindle, but the thing is, my Kindle is almost dead in terms of battery. So right now, I think I want to charge this thing up, this thing right here. And while it's charging, we can listen to my audiobook and do a couple of things. So the pouch I was actually working on, I have very decent progress made on it. I'm like almost done. And I have another couple of pouches I want to make with this stuff. So I'm just going to put these things together, do my school errands, whatever, and hopefully work on finishing How to Love Your Neighbor. 200 pages through that, I just hit the 200 page mark, chapter 27, in case anyone cares. And I'm having a good time. I love the tension, I love the banter, I love the chemistry. It's fun and it feels summery. It's kind of perfect for this time of the year. There's the beach in the background, whatever, doing all these things. It's fun. I love it. And I'll give you a summary later because I'm tired of talking right now. I just came up the stairs, so I'm out of breath too. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So since it's like really gloomy out, I'm gonna go listen to my audiobook. And then while this charges, hopefully we finish the audiobook and finish this one too tonight. That's what we're doing. I'm gonna work on all of this now. I will update you in a bit. And those are my thoughts on the next two books we finish for the video. So we're making some good progress and I'm really liking it. This is fun. I will see you guys. Okay guys, and that's where all my clips from the past few months ended. I'm back to my December self, which is currently the present. That makes no sense, but talking about the rest of the books that I didn't finish in the video, or I finished and I deleted the clips of, these are all the books. I'm gonna have them on screen. I'm gonna have my ratings on screen as well. If I have to specifically mention, I'm just gonna say My Roommate is a Vampire was probably such a really good book for me out of all of these. The rest of them, I mean, I remember like certain bits of it, but I've forgotten some parts of them as well. And I wouldn't really care or go out of my way to recommend them anyway, so it doesn't really make sense to waste your time trying to yap your ears off about books I hardly remember. This one though, My Roommate is a Vampire, I have the physical copy of it somewhere. I'll have to go look for it. And I also ended up buying the second one in the series because there is one and I'm so excited and down to read it. Now I believe this one has been showing in a couple of different vlogs throughout, so I'm gonna have all of them on screen. It's kind of crazy how many vlogs it showed up in, but that was unintentional, that wasn't really planned. And then the rest of the books that I actually didn't properly read for in this video, I'd actually recorded a different like bookish hangout kind of video of you spending World Book Day week with me, kind of, and in that I actually managed to get through the books. So if you want some decent thoughts on these books, you can obviously go check that video out. It's not very in detail because I thought I'd give it for this. I did give it, but I deleted that clip along with that video's clips when I was done with that video. So it's kind of crazy, it doesn't really make sense, but just know out of all of these, the only one I'd really recommend is My Roommate is a Vampire, and there's so many videos of mine wherein I'm talking about the book. So if you want to know more, you can go check that out, or you can wait for a week or so when Bookmas comes out, and you can obviously go check out the Bookmas video wherein there's going to be all my favorite books of the year, because I'd rather talk about all my favorite reads rather than spending time not really speaking high or criticizing books, because authors did obviously take so much time to write these books, and 2 is the lowest on my scale. So any book that I've given 2 here, like, I didn't enjoy it very much, but I don't want to be mean and give it anything less. So that's how we're talking about the books for this video. I'm sorry if it was chaotic, not up to my usual standard, all over the place, but I still wanted to have something to upload this week because I am starting Bookmas in 2 days right now, and everything's very chaotic in the sense that I have my exams going on at the moment. I'm trying to pre-film all the videos as much as I can because I go on vacation next week. It's very crazy, and so I'm trying to get ahead of it and on top of it, and that's also a little chaotic and all over the place. So I'm gonna excuse myself and give myself the pass on this one because I wanted to upload for you anyway this week, and this is I think the only vlog I have left in my past storage that I didn't managed to edit and have up in time, or around the time I filmed it. All the rest of the stuff is being included in Bookmas somewhere or the other, and then after that I have literally no video pre-filmed. So it's kind of crazy. I'm getting through my little storage. I'm so happy about that, and I'm so happy you finally get to watch this video. It was all over the place, and I did end up reading all 10 books that I was in the middle of reading, though it did go over the span of nearly like months, and so that's kind of crazy. But that goes to show how I shouldn't be starting 10 books at the same time. But I'm coming to you, and as I'm saying this, I'm actually in the middle of like 12 books at the moment, I believe. It's not because of Bookmas, it's just all over the place, and so I'm not going to excuse myself, and I'm not going to make another one of these videos either, because I mean, I don't really know if that's a good idea considering how this one is also very crazy. But regardless, hopefully I'll get to those 12 very soon. I feel like the point of the video is defeated, because I wanted to just, you know, read all the 10 and like train myself into not starting so many books, reading maybe 1 or 2, and I did that for a few months before, you know, the 12 thing happened again just now. Don't even know how it happened. I just keep starting new books and not continuing them for some reason. But I'm gonna go read them because they're all really nice, and hopefully you'll see some of them in Bookmas vlogs. If you don't, the rest of them are gonna show up in like another mood reading vlog I have planned, so it's all gonna be alright. But that's it. I hope you guys are excited for Bookmas because it's coming this week. I have been waiting for that day but also dreading it a little bit, so I'll see you guys then, because you know, editing is a huge task for me. But until then, I hope you enjoyed watching this mini vlog. Again, I'm so sorry about the length, but hopefully Bookmas makes up for it. And I'm not trying to advertise Bookmas in every single one of my past vlogs like this amazing thing, because I'm sure, you know, I don't want to have it blow up your expectations and then not meet them. But regardless, I hope you know, are excited, have a fun time, and I'll see you then. So that's it for today's reading vlog. If you have anything to share, like, comment, share, subscribe, YouTube things if you enjoyed, and I'll see you hopefully very soon in Bookmas. I'm so excited. I keep saying that, but it's December and it's the best time of year. So I'll see you then. Bye guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day.